Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another stream for Talent League R6. I am Cherish, and joined with me tonight is Jaeger. We are going in today on the matchup between Ignite Esports and Ruhrsports. And Jaeger, how are you feeling about this matchup?
Honestly, Ignite Esports, they haven't had the best of starts to the season. Let's just say, obviously, with that first match they forfeited. But I think they have a chance. We've seen glimpses of what they can potentially do as a team. So it's hard to write any team off. And Ruhr Esports, they're looking to get in that top spots this time by getting this win. But I don't think Ignite are going to make it easy for them. So I'm excited to watch. Hopefully, it'll be two very close games that we can enjoy, and so can the viewers. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, you did mention that Ignite's been showing glimmers and glimpses of being a good team. And while they are below Ruhrsports in the standings, they are 2 losses with a forfeit as well. And Ruhrsports is just 1 win, 1 loss. Actually, all 4 of Ignite's maps that they've played have gone minimum 12 rounds. They have 2 7-5 losses and 2 8-7 losses. So they are fighting to the end.
Close. Yeah. And I mean, I don't want to call it a precedent, but the other team who's on bottom of the leaderboard right now, Baker Boys, they were also 7-5, 8-6, losing in overtime. And then they played against QVG today, or in this weekday, and they got 14-0. So hopefully they don't get 14-0 today, because that would be, it would be a quick game, so, we could probably get other stuff done. But it would probably be not very enjoyable if you're an Ignite Esports fan. But, it's probably not going to happen, so don't worry. Judging from how they play and what I've seen, it looks like they'll at least give them a fight, and hopefully they'll be able to surprise everyone here, because I don't think many people are expecting Ignite to be winning today, especially considering the difference in their standings. So it'll be a pleasant surprise to see them, fight against the haters and come out on top today.
Yeah, I definitely I agree. It's looking like it should be a good fight at least. It's not looking one-sided to me, considering how much of a fight Ignite was able to put up against top teams. In the standings, Blue Jays is at the middle top with, well, they have a win and 3 draws, but they still have 5 map wins. And they also played Machine Soldiers, and Machine Soldiers is 2 wins, 2 draws. So they have 6 map wins with that one. They are playing and taking good teams to the wire. I'm looking forward to seeing how they can shape up here against Ruhrsports, because it'll be a good one. As we Do you have we can move over to map graphics, I think. Hopefully, assuming Yele has them.
Production?
But
do you have
but we've got same old with Clubhouse, and a bit of fun with some bank in the mix.
Ooh, that's the one you don't see often. Almost insta-banned every time I play this game. So it'll be interesting to see. And I think the players are not in the lobby yet, so we're just gonna keep rambling a bit. And we gotta talk about Ruhrsports. They've only played 2 games so far. The graphics not been updated. They still have 2 games to play. Potentially could go up to 9 points and put themselves in second if they secure both of these wins, right? So they're still in a pretty decent spot here, even though it says they're 7th in the table and 3 points. If they could potentially win their next 2 games, they could go all the way up to 9 in second and put themselves in good contention, even though it's pretty early in the season so far. Getting up there already at the start and just keeping that kind of momentum and pace is surely just a good thing overall to make yourself in those top spots towards the end of the season to qualify for the tournament.
Yeah, I agree. Obviously, both teams really want this win. Ruhrsports is not really threatened. There's a bit of like a cushion below them with Nice, Ignite, and Baker Boys. But obviously, you want that win to keep getting. I think that would put them in a tie for 3rd at 6 points. If Ignite
put them
wins,
above them because they have 1 game less, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so.
Oh yeah,
Put
because
them
they
in third,
still do
yeah.
have that fourth game to still play. They only have 2 games. I forgot. Yeah, no, you're right. Sorry. I didn't even realize that. I even said that they're one win, 1 loss. But yeah, it's I mean, Ignite wants this win really bad here. Obviously, it's still a little early in the season, but we're starting to head into the midway point. Teams are going towards their back half of their games, as we have crested now 4 games for most of these teams. And Ignite really wants to get out of that relegation spot, is what it is.
Yep. Basically, yeah.
So yeah, it is really looking like they need this win pretty tough here. So I'm fully expecting nothing held back from Ignite going into this matchup, where we will be starting on Clubhouse, sadly. So a little bit of waiting time before Bank, but I mean, I don't know. It's going to come down on Clubhouse to whichever team here can pull out the better fundamentals, I think.
I mean, we all know how Clubhouse is usually played. It's the same old, same old. You know, occasionally, I think a few months ago, you'd have seen some kind of, let's just say some, I wouldn't say some trolling, but some new strats and something interesting. But most of the time, you know, we just see the same old Clubhouse because this map's been basically rinsed for everything. And even with the small map buff that happened a few patches ago, it still plays out basically exactly the same. So I'm not going to be expecting to see anything different or new. It's just whoever has the better fundamentals, like you said, and the better team to come out on top. But like you said, you know, when it comes down to Bank, now that is one that I'd be interested to see. But we're gonna go on to that later because I think all the players in the lobby are ready. I think we're just waiting on Ruhrsports we're just waiting on Ruhrsports here. So should be getting into the game just in a second. They're just readying up yet, figuring out those last minute details. But like you said, Ignite Esports are in a really, really precarious spot if they don't manage to get this win. I mean, 0-4, but you're coming up to around halfway into the season. We almost faced every single half of the teams, and you've not picked up a single win. Like Baker Boys, that puts you in a really bad spot, and you start thinking about relegation at that point and how to avoid it. And you really don't want to be in those bottom spots towards the end of the season. So, I mean, I don't really know what else I don't really know what else to say is what I was trying to say, but my the tongue did some trolling there. But yeah, basically it's a must win for Ignite, honestly, at this point. You know, they really do not want to go 0-4 here.
Yeah. You really don't want to at all. This is getting towards must win scenario for that. So I'm intrigued if I'm fully expecting, I think, Ignite to do more basic and just default stuff on Clubhouse. I'm not expecting them to do anything super funky. Because I know you were mentioning with those map buffs, it does play out mostly the same. There's a little bit of rare like stock holds, bar stock defenses, or bar stage is what it is now. Sorry, not bar stock anymore. There's some bar stage defense, but other than that, it's pretty
It's pretty I agree, but
not many people play it. So I'm intrigued.
I mean, the game started, so you know, we'll talk about it later, right? Let's just get into the bans here. So the first ban, I don't know if you know this, but back when me and Lear used to cast, we would never talk about this first ban because the first ban is almost always this character right here, and we don't really talk about it because it is boring and it's the same thing over and over again. It's a boycotting talking about first ban. So yeah, we're gonna just focus on the second ban here, which is gonna probably be a Maverick. Yep, expecting a Maverick here. Probably gonna be like a Cade and Valkyrie ban coming out on the side as well. Not really gonna expect to see anything too different on the sides of the bans. I mean, the only time I've seen something spectacular is I think when Baker Boys went to this map and banned Blackbird and Capcan. I mean, as funny as that was, you know, I mean, they almost won the map. I think they lost like 7-5 or 8-7 on overtime. So it was just so close yet so far. But the map bans were just a bit funny. But yeah, the Kaid ban comes out like I thought. Maybe a Amai, but no, most likely, like I said earlier, a Valkyrie ban. Like, it's bulk standard bans on Clubhouse, nothing else to elaborate on. I mean, actually, speaking of Valkyrie, apparently in the new patches, you can't really throw her Valcams outside anymore. So, you know, you don't have as much value as you did. You know, she's not as strong as she was before, so maybe some teams are gonna start reconsidering putting her on the insta-ban list because she'll only give you value inside the map. You will not get that value when you had the sneaky cams outside. So, you know, maybe it puts her down in the pecking order of like people to ban, but on a map like Clubhouse, you're still gonna ban her. She's still very strong. A lot of sneaky places to put it. But yeah, we're gonna go into this first round. Like I said, Ignite Esports on the attack, bringing out the Zero, Sophia, Iana, Thermite, and Buck. Hopefully no 6 picks come so that I don't look like I just casted cursed it. But yeah, it's the same fight lineup here. And on the side of Ruhrsports, they're gonna go for a gym bedroom. Most people's third side.
Yeah, we do see pretty standard bans like you mentioned throughout. Nothing really to talk about there. And gym bedroom opted into a bit of a newer style hold mixed with some old. There's the Frost being brought by Ruhr, as well as a Mira on the board alongside the castle. The castle's a bit more old style.
It's pretty common on this kind of bedroom, you know, defense.
Yeah, so I think with a Mira it's more common, but we'll get to see the standard 3 windows castled off and the bathroom Mira, most likely the other one. Yep, placed into logistics. Yele already knew where he had to go for that one, so good on him. As the rest of this extended hold is being set on up with that top red shield. That's interesting, as we saw Risky opening up into cash, or into a CC rather. So I'm intrigued by what they're planning on doing with that one. As Heyman almost just said hello to someone sitting outside that was King out there near the dirt tunnel. But all told, this should be a pretty quiet opening so far. Risky is getting a bit crazy with it. The first frag will go the way of Cryptic, hitting off on that Mira window opening below the bathroom and getting some work done there. That'll be a good start for sure here for Ignite, as they have the first kill and a lot of map pressure already on the board.
Yeah, like you said, they had this setup entirely focused, hoping that the attackers would go out on a limb and attack cash with the Mira setup. But unfortunately for them, they've just gone for a normal jacuzzi take there, nothing out of the ordinary. It's going to be applying pressure on the defenders on side. Other Cryptic got that first kill playing inside bathroom. Someone else had to rotate, and you can see some trades coming out as the Thermite picks up one, the Frost picks up another, but the Ignite Esports players are popping off and getting their kills on the board, as both the Iana and someone else gets that kill limit all onto Fox, who is all the way alone in CC here. He's gonna have to make a play as he moves into construction. He's gonna be picking into sight. He shoots a few drones here, his position's given it away. He's gonna have to make a miracle of a play if he wants to win this. Pre-fire's coming out there behind the Mira window. As you can see, it's not knife, so the attackers have perfect vision of him, and he can just keep playing off of it. And he's getting really close to this shot. I don't think he realizes there. But yeah, they're going to be holding passive angles, these attackers. Not really going to give him any free picks. Just going to try to shut him out, make sure he doesn't make any kind of plays. As a Jaeger, he's going to go all the way around maybe for a rotate. But no, he's just going to be standing here because apparently he's messed up his settings. So kind of like a weird tactical timeout. Doesn't seem like any attackers are going to push him. Ignite Esports, actually, unfortunately for Fox, they don't really, you know, I think they're pushing him. I'm not really sure what's happening here. He just went AFK for a second, messed up his settings. So, so it is, yeah, it is what it is. But at least he gets his settings done, you know. At least he fixes his settings, which is more important, I feel, in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, Ignite with a very solid looking attack. All told, they were able to take as much control as they needed to, specifically starting down below. Pretty big from them, as we'll get to see a second gym bedroom attempted with the same lineup. So, gonna be copy pasted for the most part, as they're not opting for the Frost this time. Instead, probably Wamai could come in, or no, they're gonna opt instead for a Goyo, interestingly. So more pressure, more aggressive pressure potentially on some of these shields, and positioning, as well as a little bit more safety. Typically we'll see one placed on the bed, we can see one in the main hall. I'm trying to think of where others would be, but I think that's really it. So we'll get to see where Risky's going to set these Goyo shields, because it'll be interesting to see how Ruhr wants to opt into this one. Heyman has swapped up one of his castle barricades as well. We did see that one set up last time. He did move, I'm not sure which one, off. I guess then he moved off the construction wall and put it into the gym to main hall room. But
5 seconds to insertion.
no. Oh!
Attackers
Poor Terrence.
What?
Played this game. I mean, you've not played this game in a while, apparently.
Wait!
He got a buff, he has
Castle has 4 castles?
It's been that way for a while, man. I mean...
Hold up! Hold up! How long has it been that way? I looked up now.
2 seasons. At least 2 seasons.
What?
I was confused
wild.
where you're going with that one. I'm like,
That's insane.
Huh.
I
mean,
okay, my bad.
It is what it is, you know. I guess it does happen. So, I mean, like you said, the only difference coming out, instead of the Frost, they brought a Goyo to hopefully bring more shields so they can hold more aggressive angles. And speaking of aggressive angles, Risky is going to be holding a risky angle. He drops down into the stage. He's going to be going for this kill, and he doesn't realize how close he is to someone here. If he peeks this correctly, he can get at least 1, maybe 2 free kills. But the attacker manages to flick on him. Cryptic hits a nice shot onto Risky. Not sure how Risky didn't get that kill though. Oh, it was a really nice shot from Cryptic to manage to get that first pick. But you can see here, oh my god, MixQ goes for that play and really patient on that first shot to make sure that he can secure 1, maybe 2 as he gets that first one and rotates all the way around to Billards. But Cryptic, he's aware of the mute now, gone towards Billard's side. He's going to be holding an angle into bathroom. Not sure that, you know, not aware that the mute has already rotated and gone past into Billards. And this mute, he can just waste time by just sitting here and not doing anything. He wastes attackers' time by making them paranoid and they can't really do the vertical. But speaking of that, I mean, King, he goes for a play here, expecting someone to be in Billards, and he was right, but MixQ just hits a shot there. And now suddenly, Ignite Esports are in a big problem.
Yeah, MixQ's gonna take a long gunfight here. Actually dodges out of it. I'm not sure where Finesse was looking for that one, but he doesn't think that he's rotated all the way into Strip. MixQ has wasted 2 minutes almost single-handedly here on this round. It's holding Cryptic away on his own as Cryptic almost gets shot through the floorboards. Finesse, it hasn't been able to even find MixQ. MixQ has done so well for himself. He's tucked himself into Strip now as the rest of the attackers have to go on their way and find their way into this attack without any pressure. Lethal's gonna get a kill back, but MixQ has his third. He's sprung his trap as he shoots Cryptic in the back. Lethal down as is just up to Finesse at this point, who's pushing up main stairs. MixQ's eyeballing his fourth. Crouch walking up with the M590 in hand, but it's going to be Fox cleaning up the last 2. Ignite, despite starting out the round with a nice kill onto Risky. It'll be a big round from MixQ to secure that one for Ruhrsports.
I mean, if you're an Ignite Esports player there, you know, I think they were just too slow on the mute. Like, once they realized the mute had rotated into bathroom, they should have dropped everything, had 1 or 2 drones on him to see if they can wallbang him and get a free kill. I mean, if there was just a drone on him in Billards, King would have probably got a free wallbang on him, right? Because he wasn't even holding that. Unfortunately for him, you know, no one had a drone on him, so he had to go for a blind pre-fire through the window, and MixQ, you know, just hits a nice flick shot, I'm pretty sure, just onto Sophia's head, and there's nothing you can do. And now you've wasted a player, and then the drone comes, but by the time it's too late, you don't have enough time to push side and kill this player. He's all the way gone back in strip. There's no point pushing him. You have the man disadvantage now. You just have to push into side, and now you're just paranoid about 2 different angles. He comes back at the end of the round, nibbles at someone's feet, and, you know, that round, MixQ was the MVP. You know, he won the round for his team.
Oh, absolutely. That is a big MVP round from MixQ. So, we'll be moving on down to the basement, though, and seeing if he can keep up his fragging ways as he leads his team now off that one round. We'll head down to the basement for a defense with another Mira play coming out from Ruhrsports. A lot of Mira presence from this team, as they are really enjoying it.
I mean,
get
it
to
isn't
see.
really. I mean, yeah. Sorry, go on.
No, you're fine. What are you gonna say?
Well, I was just gonna say I don't really see Mira that often, but hold that thought just a second because D7 he goes for really common. Almost works out for him. He was going for a really common pre-fire through the window, seeing if he can kill the Sophia, and he misses a lot of his shots actually, and then he actually gets downed as well. So unfortunate for him. You know, I was talking about how Mira isn't really that common of an operator that is played, especially on this basement side. It's more common upstairs, so it was going to be interesting to see how he plays that. But you can see a Risky just not holding the correct angle at the correct time. As D7 gets picked off after that early aggression, doesn't really pay out for him. You know, he gives away that free frag, and Risky not being able to refrag that because of the unfortunate timing. You know, the gun was blocking the E on his head. It's just really unfortunate because now Ignite Esports have the free man advantage. They can go for this vertical play without much. Well, I was going to say without much misfortune, but the misfortune strikes as it makes you piss off that Buck, actually, the most crucial operator here, because he goes to the vertical plays. I mean, thinking about it, you have the Sophia on the breach charges. You have, I think, the thermite charge if you really want to use it. I mean, I don't think you're going to choose the nades. I mean, if you give it desperate, but yeah, okay, I mean, you can technically use it now.
All right, now you can use it.
I mean, it is usable, but I wouldn't really recommend it. So you can probably say goodbye to the vertical play this round, and so and assuming that all the Ruhrsports players are playing all the way downstairs, I can count 3. You can see this Jaeger as well getting aggressive here instead of Modus, so you can get a free pick. But you gotta remember that Ruhrsports do have that Mira window. And without the vertical play coming out from Ignite, they can play these mirror windows and these off angles without much hesitation. But you can see that Ignite Esports are going for a much different kind of push. They're going to be pushing into dirt here as a smoke grenade comes out just in time as the shield gets blown up, and he's going to be pressured here from the attackers.
Yeah, we're nearing this last minute in the round as we just hit it. There's still a C4 in the pocket of Risky, waiting to see if King will even try and do any breaching charge plays, but no, it'll be King and Lethal pushing into Heyman in the dirt tunnel. It's just up to Mez on main stairs, and I'm not sure where Finesse has ended his tubs, but a lot of stalling coming in from this dirt tunnel push. 30 seconds to go, as we've just seen 30 seconds wasted, and Risky wastes Finesse. Heyman can rotate out if he wants, but he's got 1 and 2 for himself with the M590. It's a cleanup from Ruhrsports as they take the round handily. Fox finishing off Mez for the last one. And Ignite has great starts to all 3 of these rounds, but so far only one of these attacks has worked out, thanks to great shooting from the side of Ruhrsports players. And they are holding up really well as we head into the last half of their defensive side.
I mean, it's not the last half yet. I mean, there's still 3 more rounds to be played. But, I think I understood what you meant. And just pointing, I mean, even though they were in a 4v4, the attackers without the buck to vertical play really struggled to push. You know, they pushed into dirt when there's a smoke with a shotgun, and smoke grenades wasting a lot of time. I mean, I think Ruhr Esports played that round almost perfectly. You know, they went for the aggressive play. It didn't work out. They had the players on side to contest, to kill the guys who's verticaling, and once they got that kill onto the buck who was verticaling, they could just sit on site and hold these really off angles. There's so many of them the attackers have to worry about, and no matter which area they pushed in, they just get countered there. And it is just unfortunate for them, but it is what it is, as many of you know. So Ruhrsports managed to get that round win as D7 a bit too trigger happy in this round as he gets the first pick onto Heyman here. As Heyman leads
I think he had a
game.
skin. He probably had a skin.
Oh,
is why.
okay.
Yeah.
Well,
okay,
I don't know if that's exact. I mean,
yeah,
I guess that is one way
to.
They said I guess.
Yeah.
No, apart from the skin, you know.
Oh
I
yeah, I know what you're saying. Sorry.
Yeah. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to deal with that. I'm pretty sure the round gets automatically like nulled or something. I'm not exactly too familiar with the rules, so I'm just gonna leave it there and let production handle it afterwards. But he got team killed. He left the game. He's gonna rejoin without the skin. I don't know if this round really counts or it doesn't count. I mean, if I was Ignite Esports, I'd just take the free 5v4 at this point. So, maybe they're gonna get the free round if they just don't. I don't really know the logistics. Let's just watch this round here. As you can see here, Finesse is gonna be opening up this top right panel on this garage part wall, a pretty common place you usually open up. And now that you have 2 hard breach gadgets, you don't actually have to bring the Hibana anymore, as he gets the job done just fine, any operator with the gadgets. And surprisingly, he's bringing a Capitao instead of a Zero, who's the more common operator to bring. And a map like Clubhouse, he's just like a Valkyrie on attack. He watches the flanks, he can get a lot of information. He's very powerful on this map, say one of his better maps. And not bringing him seems to be not affecting Ignite too much, as they get that first pick of this round onto Fox. And now it's a 3v5 as Mixq playing on these rafters, shooting a few drones there, trying to distract the attackers, and Risky's gonna have to rotate all the way around. And he might be able to pull off a really good player if he pays attention. And Nade is actually in the hand of Cryptic, who manages to not kill the guy upstairs with the nade and gets taken out by Risky. And now the attackers must be aware that there's someone playing below, as the nade of Mez manages to find someone, but explosively traded back by D7 as Mez picks up one more. And now it's all down to D7, who is in a 1v3. Sorry, was in a 1v3. And he gets that first pick, and now it is in a 1v2 against Capitao and Thermite here. Capitao still has, I think he has some smoke balls. I'm not really too sure from the UI. And Thermite, he does not have any flashes left. But D7, no C4 in his hands either, so he's going to have to take 2 gunfights here and win both of them. And smartly, with a minute left in the round, the drone is coming out on the side of Ignite Sports. They're going to be trying to figure out exactly where this person is, but it doesn't matter, as Finesse was holding the angle on D7, and, D7 just runs into his bullets, honestly. I think he actually runs into his crosshair. That is exactly what happened. But, yeah, I mean, unfortunately for Ruhr, they couldn't really execute whatever strat they had in mind, because the skin was in play. So they had to play that round from a 5v4. I don't really know if that round was counted. I'm not sure if that round was immediately nulled or whatever, but let's just say for the sake of it, that round just went to Ignite Esports, and let's just move on.
Ooh. Yeah, still a solid attacking round for Ignite. They had really good trades, playing aggressively together here, and they were able to swing back in their favor and try and work some of this pressure away from their team and into their favor, as we're heading back to Gym Bedroom for the 3rd time on this defensive setup. We'll see once again the Goyo coming out, and also a Capitao, who I like that you mentioned that he's kind of pushed out Hibana in a way, because there's not a lot of super safe, or there's not a lot of super aggressive breaches that you need to make, where it's better to have Hibana, where you can do it from a safe distance. Obviously, you still have Kitchen, but predominantly, no one should be swinging you from main door or from Billiard's window, where you're opening the garage panels. No one should be, no one really can swing you if you're going to open up construction single wall, things like that, where you have these single breaching charges, or these hard breach charges rather. So it's nice to see that operators like Capitao and Zero are even finding their way back in meta on maps like Clubhouse, because, like I'm saying, this is a really safe breach that you can do. You don't have to need a Hibana for this breach, where you don't need to worry about being ran out on realistically on a Gym Bedroom defense. So,
yep.
All told, CC's open, and yeah, it's all going normally.
I mean, a bit of a shot in the drone, but yeah, like you said, especially when you consider the main benefit of bringing a Hibana compared to, especially since the buff, before you used to only get 1 hard breach gadget, now you get 2. But like you said, when the benefit of being a Hibana is that she has many of them. She can counter Bandit and Kite tricks, but with the Kite ban and the Bandit really not in play, maybe so I've seen some teams really play it only on the side of CC when they try to Bandit trick, and at that time I can see it maybe at that point maybe it'll be better to have a Hibana to just help trick. But overall on a map, like, I guess you could get C forward in basement, but overall it's just better. I mean, you can see here actually 2 of the players are just sitting in bar chilling together, droning to see information on these players. And you can see that Ruhrsports are playing this very similar to how they played it in the first round. They have all 5 players upstairs, and they're bringing I think it's the exact same mirror setup they had in the second round, as Risky goes for a drop down here onto the nade, but Mez was holding it down. I'm not sure if that nade was some kind of bait to see if he would drop down. But regardless, they do get the pick on Risky yet again. But you gotta remember the first time that Ignite Esports were attacking this site, or sorry, the second round where they Risky went for the hatch drop and he died, and still Mixed made the play and won the round. And I mean, I'm not even gonna comment on Lethal. Was being inside, not very exactly what happened. He was just in bathroom. He was chilling there. He gets the kill, but gets traded off immediately. But the man advantage is now in the side of Ignite Esports as the Sophia concussion grenades come out to try to make D7 rotate from his position. As Heyman managed to get a kill, as Fox gets the second kill, and now suddenly Ignite Esports are on a man deficit as it's all down to King. Does he get the first kill? No. D7 comes up huge against the Sophia LMG and manages to win that round for his team there. I mean, it looked like a headshot, but unfortunately, it clearly wasn't. We saw it from our screen. It was more towards the body / neck. And Ignite Esports, I mean, that should have been I feel like it was closer to an Ignite Esports round where Ruhrsports got on the refrags, got on the retakes, and managed to win that round out yet again. And that brings it down to a 2-3 split as we go on to the final round of attack for Ignite Esports.
Another round clawed back from a deficit. Ruhrsports is doing very well to keep themselves in these rounds and in this matchup. 5 straight entry kills have gone the way of Ignite. Most of them, I think only 2 have had a trade back. So most of them are going untraded. And Ruhrsports is still up in these rounds. They are doing insanely well for themselves here on Clubhouse. We've got Church Arsenal for our final round of this defense, and it's pretty much the same stuff that we've seen. We've got Thunderbird, we've got Mira, and all the other typical workings of a defensive setup for the basement. I do enjoy the use of Thunderbird on this site as well. I can understand, I know we saw it before, we saw D7 aggressively going up blue stairs or secret stairs to get this peak that he's going for again. And I can assume the thought process is he gets the peak, he shouldn't die, and any damage that he takes, he runs back and just gets healed from Thunderbird Konas. He wasn't.
It didn't happen.
Yeah, it didn't work that way. He got headshot, and we're already 2.5 minutes left in the round. We are already in a 5v4, 6 straight rounds for Ignite with an entry kill.
I mean, I don't want to be a broken record here, but if you remember, in the other round that Ruhr Esports are defending, D7 did a very similar aggressive push there. And very similarly, he died, and then somehow Ruhrsports managed to still win that round out. So I wouldn't count them out just yet, as a heartbeat gadget that we were talking about earlier do get used to open up stock hatch, as well as, I'm not sure exactly where he used the second one. I'm gonna assume it was in bar hatch. I'm not sure where it was. I think it was bar hatch, yeah, because Thermite still has both of his exothermic charges. So yeah, he's gonna be putting his 0 cams down here. And the beauty of 0 on when you're attacking downstairs is you can just set up those cams in a position and not have to worry about roam here. You know, you can just put them up, have someone watch them at all times. They're gonna be flicking through the cams, and if anyone's playing upstairs, they can't do anything about it. But I mean, look here, Fox is coming into a very dangerous gunfight with, I think that's Mez playing down in oil. As you know, I'm liking this adaptation from Ignite. The last time they went to this site, they did a dirt and I think kitchen drop, and that really didn't work out. I mean, dirt and main stairs, sorry. I don't think they dropped kitchen. So they're going to go opt for a different push this time. They're going to be pushing inside this blue area. The nade comes out, just cooked a bit too much as he does not manage to find the Jaeger. He's playing behind this mirror window to see if he can get any free picks. And I mean, speaking of the mirror window, it's such a big problem for the side of Ruhrsports. You have to deal with it somehow. Otherwise, Fox is just going to do things like that. You know, he's playing on the mirror window and he's going to get free picks, you know. It's not smoked off. There's no visual inheritance. It's not like he's concussed. They're just peeking into it and expecting him to not play there. And guess what? He is playing there. So he's going to be getting those free picks. And Mez, unfortunately for him, just dies. As Risky picks up Cryptic as well. As Risky picks up Lethal. As the drop into Moto does not really work out. It's all into the hands of Finesse and King. And this round, which started so promising yet again for Ignite, they do manage to mess it up yet again, as they don't manage to capitalize on that early pick. As Ruhrsports holding down the side, as King just aggressively pushes into side, expecting to do something, if anything. But there's too many crossfires being held. There's too many angles as Mixu finishes up the round, and another really strong round from Ruhrsports.
Yeah, Ruhrsports is doing very well to bring these rounds back. Like I mentioned, 6 in a row with entry kills. We didn't see a refrag on that round until a minute left. We went almost 2 whole minutes without a refrag, if not more than 2 whole minutes without a refrag on that first kill. And Rur is locking it down. Ignite struggled to push into that defense that Rur had, and it works out. So we'll get to see now how Ignite can fare on their own defenses as we are headed off to CC first, interestingly enough, as this isn't really a site that most teams prioritize anymore. For a lot of teams, this site has taken a big step back in preference and usage, and it's very attacker-sided lately, so
so many ways to attack it, you know. You push into side, you open the breach, you can go garage, you can go construction, nading from below. It just I think especially I think if you go back a year and a half where the meta in Clubhouse was still somewhat being discovered, it wasn't up to its full potential, you know. There were just very linear pushes, maybe one in construction and the other one main breach, but now this map has been explored so much and there's such an easy, and especially with the new operators and everything coming out, there's so many different ways to counter these Raptors and counter these positions that it just isn't really, you just have to win your gunfights here. There isn't really any kind of you know, and there's not any kind of like utility war, let's just say, you know. You just have to win your gunfight. If you win a gunfight, you can hold Raptors. If you lose a gunfight, you lose, right? It's very rare. I mean, over the Raptors guy, it's still more common. I haven't seen it happen, basically. What I'm trying to say is that I haven't seen a nade or anything come out, but that can wait for a second, as D7 has been so aggressive this game so far, not really working out for him on defense. He's gonna be picking on this Ash and walk into, oh, this angle actually being held by Med. Just hold a second, because he could get a free kill on this Ash, but like I was saying, the Ash pushed into strip, and he's already by bar next to the Thunderbird, I'm pretty sure, who was just playing there. So maybe potentially a gunfight missed.
Yep, we'll get to see now as a little bit further in the round, in goes the Gemini, away goes the Gemini, as, oh, just the feet are behind the tire. I thought I thought that King there would have been able to get something as another clone. I thought the first clone got shot for whatever reason, and I was like, oh, Mixq is just in. But no,
he's going for it.
That was a clone going on through, as we'll get to see now how Ruhrsports is going to keep working in. They have the clone doing the work so far through the garage, as a lot of info is being gained by the side of Ruhr at the expense of their drones. They have 3 remaining, 1 only out, but D7 is not gonna get a chance. Mez gets the opening kill to keep Ignite perfect on their entries. Mixq with a nice snapback onto King. In return, though, Risky has been taken down. Heyman is fighting Finesse now as his teammate is downed outside. They're trying their best to gain any ground in this garage at this point. Finesse, you can't look away from flashbangs anymore. He is fully blind up there as he's taking his gunfight cautiously with Heyman, not trying to give any ground to the Hibana as time is still running ever so low. There's nowhere really for Ruhr to go, but they're making it work. They've got 2 kills and 3 for themselves. 2 from Fox, 1 from Mixq, as Mixq is taken down in retaliation. Lethal still has his Nitro, and that could be big. Fox goes down. 2 remain. 1 on low health. It's Risky who's going to take the first gunfight. No, Lethal swings out, has the shotgun, and he goes huge in the 1v4 for Ignite. A massive win on the round for Lethal as he takes 1 by 1 by 1 by 1 and brings Ignite ever closer to trying to swing this in their favor.
What just happened? Wow. I mean, just wow. I mean, fair play to Lethal for getting that 1v4, you know, especially I was like, once he got that Iana, I mean, I was gonna call out earlier, like, you know, that how funny would it be that he didn't get that kill on the Iana because Iana got healed up on the defender's Thunderbird before coming up the stairs. So she didn't get killed, she just got down. I was gonna call that out, but Lethal, you know, he still gets the other kills. You know, I mean, that Nitro especially, I think that was the biggest one of them all. Once he killed that Nitro on, I'm pretty sure the man with the diffuser, and Ignite decided to, no, sorry, Ruhrsports decided to go for the kill there. Just mistimed their crossfire, as you just gave the Mute such an easy way to take the first gunfight into the second. I mean, I think it was a Sledge, it was Mixed Q. I'm not sure who it was in the last. I'm not sure who the last player was there, but whoever it was, it might have been Risky. On such low HP that the shotgun, even from that range, just manages to kill him. And I mean, that's going to go in the clips of the week. I'm just telling you now. It's probably going to be in the clips of the week. As in the top 5 plays of the week, sorry. Mentality this week.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, that's for sure a top 5. I mean,
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb.
wow. That was awesome to see. I like seeing the little 1v5 action going on. So, we will now be headed over to Gym Bedroom, as Church Arsenal is being thoroughly avoided by by Ignite, sorry. As instead, there's a little bit of downstairs play. Oh no, I'm dumb. Why did I think they're in Gym Bedroom? Because I wasn't paying attention, of course. They are in Church Arsenal. They are avoiding Gym Bedroom. And instead, it'll be a little bit of downstairs prioritization for Ruhr instead of clearing out this upstairs roam play. Lethal getting a bit aggressive on this window, trying to catch someone off guard in the kitchen. But I don't think he'll find anything for himself. He may be able to look for a Nitro as well to... yeah. Oh, it's going to get destroyed by the Ash Charge because of a good drone placement from down below. Or no, sorry, the IQ from D7. I forgot. Again, that's a change I remember, though, that you can now ping through.
Ping it, yeah.
I'm remembering some of the changes.
It is coming back, and you can see it as IQ opting to go for the commander, you know. Usually you see the G8 being run because the G8 does go brr, as many people see. But you can see Church has been left completely unreinforced as well, so I'm not exactly sure why they haven't reinforced Church. Actually, if you look at the site, there's not that many reinforcements overall. I'm not sure exactly where all the reinforcements have gone. They have reinforced a lot of things. Was it upstairs? Have they just gone for an SSG kind of role?
Yeah, sure. I think they have some allocated upstairs. Oh, Ruhrsports first entry kill.
Oh, didn't last long, did it? You can see your Mez gets that refight like you said, and you can see your Ruhrsports are actually really close to just walking into sight here. Mixed-Q is in a power play position, just waiting on that last bit of information here. As he spots one person playing in view, goes for a pre-fire for the wall, seeing if he can kill anyone, but just pulls out the nade instead to see if he can get anything. D7 manages to kill King, and now he just walks into sight. He's gonna walk into Moto here, and he's gonna be trying to crossfire these guys playing in blue. And he does see one, but doesn't manage to man the shots, as it's all blue because Ignite Esports somehow win the round. I mean, I was looking at, I don't know. I'm speechless. I don't know how that happened. I thought this was a round for Ruhrsports done and done. You know, they had the control they needed. They just had to pick out the 2 people playing in blue, and those two people playing in blah blah blah. There's 2 people playing in blue. That is a tongue twister. Try saying that 5 times fast. Those 2 people playing in blue. Those 2 people. Okay, it's not that difficult. Okay, it was just a me moment right there. But those 2 people playing in blue come up huge there with those kills, and you know, Ignite Esports yet again. Wait, was it? Yeah, it was Ignite Esports. Yeah. Okay, sorry. I forgot the score. I thought the split was a 3-3 split on attack defense when they swapped sides. So I was just confused why I thought it said 4-4, but no. Ruhrsports were up 4-2. So I was like, wait, didn't Ignite Esports clutch out the round before this one and then won this? Wait, how would this make it 4? But no. It is all correct. You know, I was just a bit slow in the head. And Ignite Esports, you know, level up the round count 4-4. And, you know, Ruhrsports have been really close both those rounds. I mean, I'm surprised they haven't won either of them. That first one, they definitely should have won. And the second one, they had the control. They just lost their gunfights. And again, and Ignite Esports, you know, even though they're losing the map control, they're winning these gunfights when it matters the most. Those impact frags, if I may, coming out towards the end. Really well. Doing really well for them this game.
Yeah, really well for Ignite so far. And I'm looking forward to how this round is going to play out. I think a big thing from last round 2 was specifically Mez 180 killing D7 from what seems like miles away with the Scorpion Evo 3 of Ella, as that was a very lengthy distance on that kill for himself. But
cracked in the gun.
I think that's really what won that last round for them, because you were right. D7 had a perfect flank on and a perfect view on both of the players in blue. He just got rocked the same way that Mez did just now, as he will be going down thanks to MixQ. 2 straight entry kills now for Ruhrsports as they finally are starting rounds in their favor, hopefully. Good drone work is coming in to shut out King, as he's been... No, he's not going to die, actually. Lethal comes to the rescue of King and takes out D7 from the back. Risky's coming to get anything, but can't find a single bullet. He's going to very quickly duck outside as he missed 2 free kills. Players not even looking his way on that one, running back upstairs. And that's a huge miss for the side of Ruhrsports on the round.
Top 5 worst plays of the week coming soon. I mean, it wasn't. I mean, it should have been a 2K, at least a 1K on the Yeager, but it was a 0K. I'm sure he's kicking himself. You don't have to kick him when he's down. But yeah, I mean, that just puts the team of Ruhrsports in... I mean, they're still in a pretty good spot as they pick up the next kill onto Lethal anyway, so it's a 4v3, but they could have been a 4-2 much easier and put this round in a much better position, but they're still doing pretty fine. But they still have a lot of utility to waste through and push through, but they just go in through that Jacuzzi breach, and this Twitch of Risky, he knows someone's playing in logistics. He's just going to be playing here, waiting to see if that person peeks out, but it doesn't seem like anyone's peeking out as MixQ on those windows sees if he can get any information for Risky, as Risky has not been spotted out yet. He can just walk into site for free, and that's exactly what he does. He gets the first kill. No, he doesn't, because Ignite Esports generally get 2 kills back to back, as Finesse gets down but not out, so King can easily revive him. And sorry, King, I think it's Cryptic actually who's playing in the bathroom with him, but regardless of that, both of these players go huge to kill, and now suddenly Ruhrsports, they were in such a good position, and now yet again Ignite Esports one more time put themselves in a better position. But as I say that, you know, you can see Fox does get that first pick, leaving it into a 2v2, but with only 24 seconds left on the clock, they need to be making those plays as King rotates back into side, spots one person playing inside of Jim. Does he manage to line the spot, as it's a trade coming up from Fox and Cryptid? Now it's a 1v1. King versus MixQ. MixQ needs to go for the kill here. He doesn't have time to plant the diffuser. It's only 8 seconds left. He needs to find out where King is as he goes for this plant behind the reinforced wall. King can just play this perfectly and be patient as MixQ actually sticks to plant, and his position is going to be given away because of his loud noises and footsteps, and now it's a 1v1, but MixQ is on such low HP, and he does manage to get wall banged as King catches the shots, and that round was way more intense than it should have been, honestly. There was a lot of things that went wrong for both teams. Ignite Esports, yet again, winning their gunfight when it matters the most, and bringing the scoreline into a 5-4, leading for the first time in this map.
Yep, for the first time since our first round, they will be in the lead.
Yeah, I forgot that happened.
Yeah, but since then, it's been all in favor of Ruhr. So, yeah, we'll get to see how they fare in these 2 rounds. If they'll go to a 12th round. They seem to love at least playing 12 rounds of each map, trying to give everyone as much as they can. We'll head back over to CCTV as they actually completed a flawless rotation, I just realized. 3 rounds in a row here as they get on through that one. So we'll be seeing now how they want to work with this round, how Ruhrsports wants to try and bring this one back for themselves as well. We'll be seeing pretty much the same setup as I think. No, the bandit was a mute last time around. No, it wasn't.
I think
there's a mute on the board.
I think it was Cryptic playing the bandit. I think, yeah. So in the first round,
yeah, they didn't have a Thunderbird. What they have? They had
They had an
Aruni?
Aruni.
Aruni. There we go.
Yeah, no, they had a Wamai as well.
No, you're right. You're right. No, you're right. It was Aruni. So they had Bandit and Aruni, and now they have Thunderbird and Bandit.
Wait, I'm confused. Wait, Cryptic was playing Bandit in the first round. Did they have a Wamai on Raptors, or was that the?
No, it was an Aruni. It was the Aruni down in Swamp.
Oh, yeah.
Because Mixq tried to, or no, it was someone tried to sneak up on the Aruni and got shot in the back.
True. You're right. I forgot. It does happen, but I mean, I'm just still thinking about how Ruhrsports are losing these rounds. You know, every single one of these rounds, they've been in really good position to win out each time. And Ignite Esports have just been winning the gunfights, clutches into insane 2-people plays, and they're just winning the rounds based on singular plays here coming out by just winning your fight. You know, you can go back to saying, I think it was Lethal in that first 1v4 on this exact same site 3 rounds ago. And then I think it was an insane double play from Mez and King playing inside of Blue. And then last round especially, it was a clutch coming up from Cryptic yet again. Or King, I think it was the Jaeger of King. I mean, there's just a lot of aggression happening. And speaking of aggression, Lethal gets way too aggressive onto D7 and he gets killed off. But, you know, King gets the refrag onto D7, so it's not that big of a loss because Lethal for D7, you know, 2 players who've been doing particularly well. The Buck gone, so no vertical playing for them, but the C4 of Lethal is also gone, you gotta remember. So it's somewhat of an even trade here, as Risky has already pushed up into Secret here. Gonna be hopefully careful to not run into anyone else and maybe go for a nade play. As the breach is open, they need to clear this person playing on Raptors now. And I think that's exactly what Risky was supposed to do. But Risky instead opts to kill someone else. I mean, sorry, not Risky. The Thermite of Fox just decides to run into side with no support on the guy playing Raptors. And the guy playing Raptors finally goes down, but not without killing the person and leaving Diffuser on site. Sorry, that's not even the person playing on Raptors. That's someone else. The Raptors guy's still alive. And he's going to be the one making the plays here. He goes for the shots and does manage to get that first one, bring it back into 2v2. Ruhrsports, surely not again. You will let another round slip through your fingers because you're not getting these fights done correctly. The soft nade comes out on the side of Risky. Didn't he actually get this kill? No, he doesn't. The gunfights come out as Mixu gets taken out. And it's Finesse who's finessed this round for his team yet again as he goes for the reload. And it's a 1v2. Crypto has jumped in to help his teammate. It's all down to Risky here. There's not much he can do. There's only 40 seconds left. If he has to rotate, his teammates will rotate. Not his teammates. The defenders will rotate onto side. The drone comes out. There's not much he can do here. You can see here the angle that Finesse is holding. It doesn't seem like he'll be able to get that first kill, but Cryptic does get that refrag. And Ruhrsports yet again, from a really strong attacking position on this map, let the round slip through the fingers. Again, missing those crucial gunfights. You know, losing the ones that matters the most. And Ignite Sports put themselves on match point here because of the mistakes that Ruhrsports have made in the last few rounds. I mean, what do you even say to that, you know? Like, just win your ones, right? Like, they've just losing their ones. Like, they've been doing everything right except for winning their ones towards the end of the round. Like, that is literally it.
Yeah. I mean, that really is it. They're doing well early on again. On these attacking rounds for both teams, 9 out of the 10 total rounds that we've seen played have had opening team or attacking team opening kills.
Mm-hmm.
The conversion rate on those rounds is 2 of 9.
That is
so the attacking or the team that gets an entry kill has won 3 of our 10 rounds so far. So it's happening for both of them. They are both doing well to start out these rounds, but either by refrag or by just other things happening, just poor later round stuff or who knows what. The team that is down a player is coming back in these rounds and really doing well for themselves in these later parts of the round. So we'll see if Ruhr can keep with their attacking so far. They've gotten 3 entry picks in a row, but they haven't converted them into any round wins as they've now been on a 4-round skid. They were up 4-2 at one point, and it's 6-4 in favor of Ignite instead. So hopefully this round can be the one where Ruhr brings it back, or else we'll be seeing Bank a lot sooner than Ruhr hopes for.
I mean, especially in the circumstances, their mental is probably not in a good place either. Because a lot of teams, especially when you start losing rounds like these, they start to add up and the mental stress starts to increase as well. Like the frustration of not winning these rounds that they should be winning because they're losing the gunfights, it all adds up, and you know, it shows. And it's if there ever is a team reset, it needs to be now, because Ruhrsports, they can't afford to let anything, you know, cloud the judgment at this point. They need to win these next 2 rounds in a row cleanly. And I mean, I don't think we've seen attackers win 2 rounds in a row yet in this match, so it is a tough task to I mean, it is a tall order to ask. Why did I struggle so much to say that? It's a tall order to ask, basically. And yeah, it seems to be, I mean, it does seem to be a bit difficult, but you can see the Buck is playing on the bottom of main stairs. Not really gonna try to go for any kind of vertical holds here, as Iana is making those rolls with her gun. Not the best, to be honest, especially since those ARs have lost 50 bullets recently in a new patch. So opening those kind of vertical angles and holes does drain your bullets quite fast. And you can see Risky is holding an angle here onto this box as he is pushed up all the way into dirt. No smoke playing in dirt this time. Shots coming out from Mez. See if he can get any 3 picks, as Lethal is going to play directly underneath this hatch and see if he can bandit trick or impact trick, sorry, any of these other, you know, Hibana pellets. But no, he smartly rotates away, and Risky not really being able to capitalize on that moment and get that pike onto Lethal. It is a bit unfortunate, and Risky, again, he's getting lit up all the way down to around 30 HP. All this action is going down in Dirt Tunnel as Mixq gets picked off by Lethal, and that's not the first pick you want, especially at a map and a moment like this where the first pick could be so crucial. With only 40 seconds left on the clock, Ruhrsports need to go huge with the plays as Risky gets taken out as well, and this becomes from bad to worse as Finesse picks up another one, and it's all on to DS, D7, and Heyman. As D7 is such low HP, Heyman is looking through his vertical angle to see if he can see anyone, but the kite is tucked away in the corner. He's not being able to be seen, but he's still alive somehow on 1 HP, and this goes from even worse, but finally he gets down, and you can see since Mez is down as well, it is actually a 3v2, but King picks up that kill onto the person in Modo, and now it's all to Heyman. He's gonna have to drop his hatch, and their guns are on him from again and again, and actually he gets that kill on the Cryptic, but with only 3 seconds left, he has no choice but to drop. The diffuser is nowhere to be seen, and Lethal picks up that last kill, and the first map goes to Ignite Esports.
Yeah, we finally won't be seeing 12 rounds from Ignite. They will instead win out in 11. What are you saying? Sorry.
No, nothing.
Oh, my bad. I forgot. Yelly is talking in my ear and making me think that it is Jaeger talking in my ear. But
I am talking in your ear. That is true. That is something that does happen.
Yeah,
I mean, you are listening me. You are listening to me through your ears. So
okay, so 7-4 for Ignite. They finally win in not just in regulation. They finally get a win, but they also
first point guaranteed
without getting to 12 rounds. They get their first points. Yeah. So at worst, they get a tie in this matchup. At best, they are slowly working their way out of their relegation spots. We will be taking a short 10-minute break before we head into Bank. So please stick with us through that. But other than that, we will see you in a bit. So stay tuned.
Chipping in the back, hyping me up, and he gets shot down. And he's literally playing like, oh my god, Mixq nearly gets a crisp double by him, and his Q gets a little bit of sound Q. Gonna be done, Mixq, and a triple for Mixq. The sheer amount of intel which Ruhrsports have, they know he's there, but they don't seem to react. Typical finds stuff up there, but the reaction is good. Typical. I am just generally shocked. They were shooting at
a person next to the mine. Now we see both end up in it with a 3-down gas shot from there, and they're peeing on the player behind bar, and that's a careless mistake from Finesse. Finesse easily by Hunter, and now he knows that there's a player behind bar, and he can peek this, and that's a 1v3 clutch from Hunter. Yes, they get into a 50-man advantage. There, But never mind, Quest has something to say about that. And I think I see a lot of people blame him because the 1.5 is actually such a powerful fight to play. That's a nice shot from Quest, getting a double kill in a round, turning 3v1 into a 1v1. And now he's in a 1vx. She's gonna rotate to his big door. And that's a, oh my god, that's a 1v2.
It's gonna be looking like Bakewood. Angles in there. Oh, Matrix! What a shot! Maybe two. Oh, Matrix! What the hell? Matrix, are you insane?
What was that?
Oh, Matrix!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Talent League. You know, hopefully you had a nice 10-minute break, got some water, stayed hydrated, like, you know, I always say, maybe got some snacks, maybe had to take a shit or take a piss. But regardless, we're back onto map 2 of Bank, and I, for one, I'm just really excited to watch Bank because I have not seen a professional level tier in T4, T3, T2, T1 of Bank in so long. I don't even know the last time I've seen it. You know, I don't think I've seen one since it got re-added to the pool. It's just insane. I'm so ready to watch it again. And you know, just a quick touch up. Ignite Esports did win their map pick of Clubhouse. If you missed it, it was a 7-4 split. With them down 2-4, Ignite Esports, they came back to win 7-4. They won 5 in a row on the defensive half. It was pretty insane with a lot of clutches. So if we haven't seen them, be sure to go back and watch it. But that is in the past. Looking at the present, we're going to go on Bank. Both teams are ready. Let's just jump into it. And we can talk a little bit more while we watch the bans go down. So like I said, quickly, this is Ruhrsports' map pick. So obviously they will not go here if they didn't have a plan in mind. And obviously, or I think hopefully, Ignite Esports will not have taken them to this map or allowed this map to go through if they didn't feel confident on it. So I'm expecting to see some very new, interesting, because I haven't seen much of the newish Bank after it got changed and reworked and how it really affects the competitive play much. So I'm kind of a little bit of a newbie here. I'll do my best to try to identify what happens and see what changes. Like, I don't even know if I'll identify all the changes. But like we said, we're not going to talk about this first ban. I mean, you know what, Cherish, just take us through it at this point. You know, we're not going to talk about the first ban. Let's just go through it.
Yeah. Like you were mentioning, I know we talked a bit about it early on, because I know, yeah, I'm just gonna, the bans are pretty default. You mentioned it early on that a lot of teams will prioritize Bank bans, and they will leave out or get rid of this map very early on in their ban process. So it is interesting not only that we got to go here, but that they left it up even to begin with to get to this point. So, interestingly now, I will talk about this ban, is the Castle. Castle has seen a lot of play on sites like specifically CEO and I forget what the other site is up there, or the other bomb site on that site. Oh, Executive Lounge, cool. Well, that's where we're going first. CEO. He is used a lot up there. He's used a lot on the open area defense and has been used a bit if teams go to stock. But those are, I think the meta that we've seen lately is teams don't really like the basement as much. And they do like, that could have been cool. But we're going to probably, he's going to stick the alibi, yeah. Teams don't like the basement as much, and they, I think, prefer open area now as their third bomb site, or even the second bomb site. So we'll get to see how Ruhr wants to hold their CEO and executive site here, as this is where we are starting things off. And interestingly, because of the castle ban, that does leave Valkyrie up on the board for Ruhrsports to start with here. And they are very quickly going to take advantage of the strength of this operator on such a big bank with so much, or such a big map like Bank that has so much clutter.
I mean, like I said, I haven't seen much of the new rework Bank, but when Bank was still played like back in the day when it was like in the map pool, and you know, we're playing with old meta, old ops, and it, at that time, this was, Bank was just a really, really strong operator. And I'm not sure if that area on the Bank counts as outside. So I'm not sure if that cam will actually go offline.
They didn't push that change yet.
Oh, that is might be. I thought they pushed it with this. Okay, never mind. You know, this is why you pay attention. But you know, we should be paying attention to King. Yeah, King gets the first pick, and he gets a second yellow ping onto a potentially second pick if he pushes up, and I think that's exactly what he's gonna do. That person has been yellow ping. The concussion is gonna come out, or that's not a concussion. I think that was Barbara. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but Mez, regardless, gets that pick onto D7 as Heyman finally gets a refrag answer onto Mez. And you know, these attackers have already pushed into main lobby here as they're gonna go into tellers below. But you can see your King on these main stairs gets that Valkyrie cam, which is vital because now there's not going to be any information on this person playing in main lobby. So they're gonna have to be a bit more cautious here. And you can see since there's only 3 defenders left, they're gonna have to be very careful about how they play this. As you can see, Risky going for a risky play as he's gonna be trying to challenge this King of Zofia. Sorry, Zofia on King. That was weird. I mean, an operator call would be pretty cool. I don't know about you, but ooh, speaking of that, King goes for a few shots. Lights they get lit up around evenly as both of them take around 20 hit points of health. But you can see here, since King has more max HP overall, he does come out on top as Risky has rotated all the way back around. As excuse me, I forgot to put my phone on D&D. That is entirely my fault. I do apologize. After the break, I forgot to do that. But you can see our MixQ, he's holding an aggressive angle here. Lights up Finesse to 1 HP. Or not 1 HP, around 25 hit points, but doesn't manage to secure the kill as he's just going to be aggressively peeking here. Going to see if he can get the kill, and he goes for shots, and it's just not working out for Ruhrsports right now as they just keep missing their shots as Risky yet again misses some more shots, not getting the head at all, and then gets picked off by Lethal. And I mean, Ruhrsports, they're just missing their shots right now. They're losing this gunfight that they should not be losing, and now it's Heyman in the 1v4. You got the initial pick at the start of this round, so if he's gonna want to win this, well, I was gonna say if he was gonna win this, but judging from when at the point where I was saying that and what was happening on screen, it did not look very likely. It's not even the pistol barrel finishes him off. It's a wallbang with King.
Yeah, he's getting repelled in on by a guy right next to him. He's got someone drop shotting him with a pistol. He's got Zofia LMG just spraying at him from 9 miles away. It was he was in hell.
I'm pretty sure he was getting pinged as well.
He was not having a good time in that corner.
You know, as production Yelly would say, "Stop pinging me! Stop pinging me!
Stop pinging!
Stop pinging me!"
Oh, I love Yelly.
We all do.
He's giggling in the backside right now.
If only you fed us, you know, we're just stuck in the basement. So we're waiting for that. But
looking back at that round though, those early picks and the early trade between Mez and I think it was Fox. No, Fox died early. Sorry, Mez and D7. It was really rough because this site relies a lot on having bodies and working those later round trades. And if you're losing a lot early on, and if you're losing your players before you can get to these late stages of the round, this site is awful to defend because you have to have off-site play, you have to have a bit more aggression, and it's just horrible when you have to anchor with like 3 people or 2 people and you can't have really anyone flanking that well because that just doesn't work on that site because there's so many windows, as you saw. The moment that someone from Ruhr tried to retake a position, such as MixQ taking over Risky's spot in that front desk area, when Risky got his head taken off, literally within 2 seconds of getting into that position, MixQ was dead. So it was really rough, and like I was saying, for aggressive play from the defense on this site tends to work out a lot because the map is so big. King is going to go down thanks to Fox. That's a good start here as Mez, I think, has a lot of info. And he's not going to prep the nade in well enough. Somehow MixQ has gotten out of that mess.
There was some trolling on Mez's part. Speaking of trolling, hey man, what are you doing, man? Hey man, what's wrong? I don't think you're supposed to stand next to the breach and explode. I'm pretty sure that kills you. You know, maybe I want to keep that in mind for the next round.
Because did he die to the breach?
He did in fact die to the breach, and apparently he is claiming his innocence in chat, saying that it was a sound bug. But we can't say for sure. And you can see here MixQ just missing this, just not looking at the right spot at the right time. It is a hard angle to see, especially with the sunlight shining down on the operator. If you're not looking at the right spot, it's very hard to see those operators. So do give MixQ a bit more, leniency with that one. But hey man, gets taken out of refrag. You know, good kill from Lethal coming out there, and you can see the attackers of Ignite are now gonna be putting themselves in a position here to potentially start executing on the side and getting these picks as the wallbang comes off from Fox. Unfortunately for him, it's a reinforcement in the way, but unfortunately for Ignite, D7 gets that pick onto Finesse, and that's 0 gone. But Lethal, again, second kill of the round, gets the kill onto Risky, and now 3v3. This round could go anywhere, but there's still only 45 seconds left on the clock as another trade comes out as D7 kills someone, but Cryptic trades instantly right back. And this has been a D7 round on the side of Ruhrsports, but since Mixq died, it's all on the hands of D7, and if he wants to truly make this a D7 certified round, he's gonna have to go huge as he misses that actual shot that could have been huge, but he doesn't miss that shot, and he misses more shots as Cryptic gets away with his life in the first initial peak and then loses a gunfight. Oh my god. I mean, no disrespect to Ruhrsports here because they've been playing some very good Siege, but it's just so sad to watch them lose these gunfights because they've been doing almost everything right except towards the end of the round where they need to win those 1 or 2 gunfights and they're just losing it. And it's just unfortunate to watch, especially with Ruhrsports fan, because it's just so sad. You know, you do everything right, you make it to the end, and then you just lose your one-on-ones. So you lose your ones and you lose the round. It is a bit heartbreaking, especially if you're a Ruhrsports fan to watch that. But it's only 2 rounds in. You know, calm down. They can have a mental reset. And honestly, I was gonna say I'm a bit surprised that Ignite have not really opted to bring a Jackal. Like you had pointed out a few Cherish, that the defender just have so much free reign, and especially not to bring in Vigil on a map like Bang. Jackal, it just gives so much, you know, usefulness because usually there's only 1 or 2 defenders roaming upstairs or roaming downstairs depending on the site, and you know, you can try to zone them out, but there's so many ways they can rotate. The Jackal track usually just brings so much utility, so I'm just surprised they haven't been bringing it basically.
Yeah, especially, granted, we didn't get to see it that much in the first round because I'm pretty sure that aggressive play got instantly shut down by Fox dying in the first 5 seconds of the round. And we did get to see it a bit more in the second round. So maybe I really do agree. I think that if there's a map in comp that is not Coastline, that we would see Jackal, it would be on Bang.
Bang, yep.
But yeah, I don't know. Teams are finding hard times to slot him in. It feels like attacker lineups are very set in stone, and we've seen it from Ignite. They have very set lineups with what they want and what they want to bring. And it'll be very hard to find a way to fit Jackal into this lineup, but I think, especially considering how Ignite is running some of these rounds, there's a lot of offsite play on this defense. There's Risky and D7 playing aggressively on this middle floor, whereas there's just a lot of movement happening regardless from Ruhr. So maybe the Jackal would do well here for Ignite, but for now they'll continue with their typical roam clear that they've been doing the last few rounds.
I mean, I don't even think they have to bring a Jackal. I think just like picking him and teasing him and then, you know, 6 picking off of him, you know, that just puts a doubt in the defenders so that they don't really want to roam really far offside, because once they get Jackal tracked, you know, they're gonna get basically killed. So, you know, just teasing him a bit might just do enough to just stop these kind of intensive roam plays. But nothing seems to be happening so far in this round, but as I say that, Caster's Curse strikes again, because Mez picks up Risky, who was a sole roamer on the Vigil, I'm pretty sure, playing off-site, and he gets picked off. And on a site like basement, you know, usually you want all of your players to be playing down site. You know, I still remember a few years ago, you know, when the meta was playing the Pulse all the way in Gold Locker and just pulsing and then throwing C4 after C4 onto C4. Before, you know, ops like Maestro and, you know...
What a fun meta.
It was, you know, it was like game of cat and mouse, you know, you shoot, and speaking of shooting, King shoots Fox down, and, you know, you see it, you bait the plant, you get off the plant, oh, he's shooting C4, no, he didn't put the C4, oh, we better to smoke though, you know, dubs. Like, yeah, it was a fun meta, especially to watch Siege, but, yeah, there's a lot more to this game now. It's evolved a lot more from that meta place, you know, the mirror windows into, you know, you have your, you know, Maestro cams, you know, so you have the 0 cams to attack your base to prevent these defender gadgets as well, but you don't really need to use gadgets if you can use a gun, and that's exactly what King is doing as he gets that second kill. The smoke grenade finally comes out, denies a plant from lethal, but in a 2v5, one of these players are gonna have to go huge. But with only 20 seconds left on the clock, these attackers are gonna have to push into site eventually, and this may be the opportunity that Ruhrsports need to bring it back. With only 15 seconds left, Heyman or Mixed Q can easily go huger. The plant starts to go down potentially as the wall comes out from Heyman. But unfortunately for him, there are a lot of attackers holding the angle, and a nice smoke bang from Cryptic coming out there. And that round looked better from Ruhrsports, but it did not really look the best, as we can see here that there are going to be some issues here. So a timeout. I'm not sure exactly what happened in chat. Was this a tactical timeout? Is this a rehost? It is a tactical timeout, basically. I wasn't reading chat, sorry. I'm not sure it came in chat. I didn't really see anything. So yeah. Anyways, I mean, Cherish, Ruhrsports map. We know Bank is an attacker-sided map, right? I think this has been established even with the changes that have occurred in this map. I don't really think it is very defender-sided overall. So it's not like a 3-0 split is really bad, but it's the way that Ruhrsports have lost like 2 of those 3 rounds. I think it is a bit concerning to them. They're going for these plays, and Ignite, they're not opting to bring a Jackal. I mean, okay, I would talk more about the game, but apparently there's... Okay. I'm not sure. It's a rehost. It's not a tactical timeout. It's a rehost, I think, or it might be both. I'm not really exactly sure.
Yeah,
what's happening.
I think it's a rehost that went into attack timeout.
Timeout. I mean, it's a rehost. Might as well use attack timeout.
Or attack timeout that went into rehost. That's the way I wanted it. Yeah. So what ended up happening? I'm pretty sure is Ruhr called a timeout. Someone from Ignite left, and then couldn't join back. At which point they called the rehost. So it is from Ignite, but I mean, yeah. So far, I think you've got a good point. I think it is a very attacker-sided Bank. We have 3-0 for Ignite on their attack, and I mean, I think Ruhr does have a chance. They still have obviously their attacking side on their back end, but it's gonna be a tough one. Yes, it is Thatcher Hibana.
Yep, Thatcher Hibana and Kaid and Castle. Yeah. So we're just starting the bands here.
Yeah.
We didn't really take a screenshot because I wasn't expecting it. Rehost there, but yeah, like you said, I mean,
not on Bank.
We're on Bank. Yeah, but let's not go on Chalet. That would be very odd. You comment around. Now we're playing Chalet, guys. Actually, but yeah, like you were saying. It's usually expected that the attacker team will come out over a set of legs or over a few set of rounds on Bank, but they've gone. Okay, so Ruhrsports have gone upstairs twice in Executive. They lost the first one because they were way too aggressive and got shut down in lobby. In the second one, it was a 1v2 that potentially could have been clutch, but overall the refrags and Ignite put themselves in a really good position to close that out post plant. And they then opted to go to basement, had one roamer upstairs on Risky. He got taken out, and then Ignite Esports had all the time in the world. Well, they didn't have all the time in the world. It was ticking down. I think there was only 20 seconds left when the plant finally went down. But, they didn't really manage to hold off Ignite for just long enough. The smokes were all used. All the utility was used. They got the picks. It was a 5v2. There was literally nothing much that could have been done there. Kind of desperation coming out on the side of Ruhr when they went for that last Hail Mary push. But, yeah, I mean... Not much, it's just, you gotta remember, this is Ruhrsports' map pick as well, so you'd expect them to be a little better maybe on this defensive side, maybe some kind of prep work, some kind of scrimmage, some kind of preparation, basically, anything to, help them. But it looks like Ignite Esports might have just put them into a trap, making them pick their map. It feels kind of like that, so, let's not write off Ruhrsports just yet. It's only been 3 rounds. They could be completely exceptional on the attack, and 7-0 Ignite Sports. Maybe that is their plan. Just get 1 round on defense and then 7-0 on attack, which it has happened before. A 5-0 split, a 5-1 split to a 7-5. So it is possible. But Ignite Esports are gonna go right back in as Ruhrsports opt to defend that basement side yet again.
Yeah, we are not really seeing anything swapped up from Ruhrsports here. I do much prefer and really miss that old. You did mention it. The old throw the pulse in the vault, throw as many C4s out into the room as you can.
Oh, he's taking a 3 seconds countdown. I think the plant before was 4 seconds, not 7 as well. So like the timing had to be even more precise.
Yeah, it was so like 4 or 5 seconds. You just would launch C4s, and it was my favorite thing to watch and my least favorite thing, because unless someone did either miss their C4 or had a good shot from the attack, it was literally just the attack throwing bodies at the problem, and they were like, well, guy A is dead, get in there, and he's like, well, guy B is dead, they can't have more, and like they just keep sending them in until they're out of C4s, or it's like a 2v4 or something. But
I think it is quite different now, right? Because like I think the last iteration of this kind of defend hole was this Ella shotgun playing on these stairs with 3 ADSs and Momitis with the shotgun. Ella, I'm not sure exactly.
Now we've got a Jaeger with a shotgun playing there.
I mean, I do love that shotgun. Don't get me wrong; it is one of my favorite shotguns. You know, not my favorite skin. If you know, you know the skull and the crossbones on it. You know, I think it's called Rose. It's something Rose. It's a really nice skin. It's only uncommon, but it is the best shotgun skin in the game. Changed my mind, but like I was saying, I mean, the meta is on Bank has evolved so much, and you can see its elevator side. You know, this is where the main changes taking place in Bank on that basement hole, but it hasn't really changed much, especially if you're going to be doing a similar kind of server take. As you can see, the attackers of Ignite Esports have already pushed their way upstairs, but it doesn't look like anyone on Ruhrsports are going to be challenging them. They're all downstairs, I think. I had a look in the map earlier. I cannot be sure. Yeah, I think there's one person playing on server stairs and the rest of them are on site. Yeah, okay. That does seem to be the case, yeah. I saw the Jaeger playing on stairs just to smoke. The Jaeger's playing on main stairs, so, you know, 2 shotguns on close angles on stairs. But yeah, like I was saying, you know, we can just really see how the meta in this game has changed. And now with the new ops, you got Osa. I mean, they got the new shield changes. I mean, it's not new anymore, but like, I think a year ago when the shields changed and got slits, you know, you have Malusi, you have like Clash, you have all of these new different kind of ops. I think Kaid as well got added. Kaid got added 2 years ago, but when like Maestro just came out and the meta was definitely shifting the Bank, you know, the most. I remember fondly, I think it was SI 2019, G2 was playing against Evil Geniuses on Bank. But you know, that memory lane can wait for another day. I'm sure no one wants to hear a boomer player of Siege talk about how much fun he had watching old Siege, because now it's the new Siege, and the new thing here is a C4 from Risky as he gets that first kill onto Finesse. And I'm not sure how many 0 cams he got down, but if he didn't get many, that's actually going to be really bad. But hey man, it's going to be behind that server stack and gets naded instantly. That's a really dangerous spot to be playing without any ADSs, as King somehow gets tagged as well to some really low HP. I'm not sure exactly where that happened. I think it was on this main stairs to a shotgun blast, it might have been. But yeah, I'm not sure exactly. That is the person on main stairs, and you can see it. This is looking like a much better round on the side of Ruhrsports. They still have 1 C4 left as well. No smoke grenades, which is unfortunate. If the smoke was playing by wall, this could be much better. But the Jaeger on main stairs is going to be causing a big problem, as he does get that first down on King. And now it is a 2v4. The C4 actually misses. The plant is starting to go down. The plant manages to go down just barely, and it leaves it into a 2v3 as Cryptic gets a kill, as Lethal gets a second kill. And what looked like a really easy defensive round from Ruhrsports turned out to be an attacking counter reaction on the side of Ignite, as now what was a 2v4 is a 2v1, as it's all onto MixQ. The hatch is open, it's playing on server stairs. This is one of the most impossible retakes to have in Siege, but he does maybe have some kind of off angle. And the Cryptic has an angle for him as MixQ just goes on the stairs and hits a hipfire headshot onto Thermite.
Wait, no, has this. No, you can hide MixQ!
Oh, I mean, the kill does come out. Okay, it is bugged. It is bugged. He did not hit fire headshot him. I think the UI is just bugged because he got the second one. I do not think that you would to take 2 gunfights like that. But unfortunately, the time ticks down, and I think now that is a round for Ruhrsports that's going to be frustrating. It was a 4v2. Plant was going down. You could see the Mira after she missed her C4 started calling out, guys, they're planting, guys, they're planting, guys, they're planting. they have 4 seconds. They had 4 seconds to rotate and kill him. They didn't manage to do it. Cryptic got the kill. He got a second one upstairs, and then the round was basically done. You know, I mean, it was just such a round throw-in from Ruhrsports.
Yeah, once it comes down to it, most of the time, that site is with that plant down. CC is one of the hardest sites to retake because of blue stairs, because of the hatch play, the potential of dirt tunnel or the server stack. There's so much cover and so many like very close, very easy crossfires is the problem that you have to watch out for. And it's such a way that they're not like crossfires that you can flick to, in the sense that like, hey, I can look to my left or to my right a little bit more and I'll find someone. These are full 180 or full up down type of crossfires. It is
Yeah, and even on top of that, the angle that watches onto the bomb from the hatch is an attacker-sided angle. He sees the defender's feet before the defender can see him. He has all the information. I think it is the second, in my opinion, I think it is the second worst retake to do in the game after a Consulate Garage, I think.
Oh yeah, Consulate Garage is awful too. I think those two are like
I think it's all for a different reason, though. Because, like, you're a defender trying to fight an attacker with, like, a 2-time scope all the way far back. You know, Kali, 12 times, she's chilling all the way in the back.
Bro, she's prone at the top of that, like, car ramp just staring at you. And you're like, I wonder where he is. That might be him.
Speaking of the nade.
Well, that's one eaten by an ADS. And 2 will land. Oh, he doesn't even know the shotgun is sitting right at the top here, Fox. Still playing it as D7 will go down yet again early on. King has been menacing. I think this is his 3rd entry kill of this map. As Cryptic will go down. Risky has been taking that one as Fox went down in the meantime. King and Mez, though, are very, very low. MixQ with a huge nitro is not going to find anything. I don't know where that went for it to blow up and not deal any damage. But now things are settling down. Mez and King on blinking HP. A single bullet can kill both of them. Lethal has confirmed that one from down below, and he's got Risky as well alongside King. It's just up to MixQ and Heyman. 4v2 with a minute and a half to go. This round is very rough for Ruhrsports. As the nitro comes out, not gonna find anything because it can't be set off before Mez cleans up Heyman. All up to MixQ. This round was a miscue, and Ignite is eyeballing their 5th very easily. Somehow he's made his way up to site, and he'll get in, but the bomb has been planted. Can't find the kill, and he's there.
Can I just point out that the Jaeger shotgun put both Mez and King onto like 10 HP each?
Yeah, and they both lived.
They both lived. Mez walked into a Thunderbird. I don't know, what is it called exactly? The gadget?
Kona station.
A Kona station. Got healed back to 50. I think the shot from the Thunderbird puts him back down to 1. It's just inches away. I think if you got a bit more lucky on the shot guy, maybe if you ADS on a few of the shots, you would have killed both. I mean, Jaeger on the stairs, that really was not a bad idea at all, you know, especially since they've made that entire, you know, railing indestructible. You can go prone there with the ADSs and the shotgun in hand, you know, especially at those longer ranges. The M870 can do a lot of damage, and you saw, you know, put both of them to 10 HP, just was not able to finish it up, you know. If you manage to get that first kill or get both of those kills, you know, we're singing a completely different story here. You know, Fox on the M870, he goes huge to the 3K that round, but unfortunately for him, he doesn't really do that. And Ignite Esports put themselves up 5-0 on this attacking split.
Yeah, 5-0. Granted, we did say that this map is very attacker-sided, but I don't think... Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think it's 5-0 attacker-sided. So, it is in fact a bit much as we are over to stock here, and we will get to see how Ruhr wants to hold their third site. Not going to tempt executive and CEO at all anymore, and they're probably demoralized from the basement defense prior that we saw. Yeah, it has been rough rounds for Ruhrsports all day between a 2v4 then and a 1v4 back on club. We'll get to see if they can bring at least a single point in here for themselves on this map.
Oh, it's a good start.
Yeah, there's a lot of info and a couple of nitros to play with. Oh. Heyman is not going to find it. That's so sad.
I mean, he can shoot that C4 down, I'm pretty sure. He just has to, you know, shoot around it a bit. But I don't think he opts. He's just going to leave the C4 there and see if anyone walks over to that position. But it does not look like there's going to be any attempt for vertical play on the side of Ignite Sports. I mean, they have the breaching charges on the Sophia yet again. So if they really wanted to, they could. But it doesn't really look like they're really set up for that. They have the zero cams in place. They have the Twitch on her drone to see if she can get rid of anything, and you can see the angles are being opened up by her. I mean, at this point, might as well. You know, I was saying she doesn't have to, but yeah, I mean, the blind C4, not really sure why. Oh, and that one was just unfortunate, not knowing that floor is now hard. I'm pretty sure that is another change that happened recently. I think they made half that floor hard, or that might have just been from the entire time. I don't really remember. He's just confused at this point. He's not really realizing how much damage has been done as King picks up the entry yet again for Ignite as he picks up the box. And now with the vertical angles in play, you know, it's making it a big task for Ruhrsports to be able to win back this round. All of the C4s have been used. The Pulse can still give info, but with his vertical angles, he needs to be careful not to get spotted out as Risky picks up a kill onto the Iana of Mez, and suddenly this round's back into a 4v4.
Yeah, it is going to be...
Oh. Top 5 worst plays of the week, part 2.
Okay, well, Lethal shoots out his own breaching charge. Thankfully, you only really need the one. There's not much to breach here, as Lethal is going to get a little bit of pressure going, with Finesse taking the head off of Heyman. Lethal getting the plant down as well, actually. MixQ has no clue on this one. There's no info from the Pulse, as a complete whiff from Finesse is going to Risky his second kill of the round. Plant has gone down, and there's a lot of long angle coverage, things that we talked about a lot on this site. D7 has found a kill for himself, as Cryptic is struggling with the Legion. He'll get that kill finally, though, as D7 and the Pulse are doing what they can.
Oh, the Pulse doesn't
King
know.
is hiding. No, that's Cryptic that's hiding off to the edge, as D7 has to jump over. He's gonna get one. 10 seconds to go on this defuse, and the cover from above. D7 is not going to have enough time unless he starts it right now. And King as the concussed denial from above. 6-0 goes the score line for Ignite. They are flawless on rounds that they get the entry kill on. 4 of 4, including a flawless on to boot. And they are looking for the flawless victory here as we head into their defensive side on Bank.
I mean, Ruhrsports gonna, after this game, regardless if they manage to bring this back into overtime and win, they probably need to go back to the drawing board a bit and figure out what went wrong in Bank, because they picked this for a reason, right? And we thought it's because they have some they practice a lot, you know, they're pretty team synergized, or they have some kind of new meta they want to bring out. But it just seems to be the same old, and Ignite Esports just seem to have their number this game. And, you know, winning their gunfights, losing their gunfights, it doesn't matter. Clutch, post-plant, normally, Sophia stuns. I mean, if you're going to highlight a player, I would definitely highlight King for getting in and getting those entry kills. I think in 4 of those 6 rounds, if I'm not wrong. Might have been even 5. I'm not sure exactly. But he got an entry in a lot of those rounds, and he's really providing value to his team. You know, the drones coming out. And you can see that the Ignite Esports have decided to go on basement first, you know. And this is another op we haven't really seen much being in play in this, you know, basement side, and that is Aruni. Our gate's gonna go down onto that server wall. Gonna be interesting to see where she puts down her other, not Prisma gates. I'm thinking of Alibi. What is their gates called? Is laser gates? No, that's not. That's right.
I know they are. She calls them laser gates. Surya laser gate. There we go.
Surya. There you go. I was calling them prismas. I'm like, wait, isn't that?
Nope, that's alibi.
That's alibi. Yeah. That is alibi's thing. Yeah.
Ooh. Speaking of operators we didn't see really, Finka and Mez has a kill.
It would be so funny if it was a mixed Q who got that first.
I got so sad if it would have been mixed Q. I was like, ooh, look, we have Finka who's coming into meta and finding her place, and she's dead instantly. But no, it is Fox who is dead instantly off of the front door spawn peak. That is the 0 going down. So there is going to be no flank cams popping. But yeah, we didn't see Finka at all for the rounds on club, and we haven't seen her at all on bank so far. She's found her way into the meta now that her heal is a flat heal, and it just gives you the HP instead of being an HP boost. And I think they have pushed the change too, where they removed the recoil reduction, or removal, or whatever it was. And they changed something else about her that I can't remember. But basically, she's very much now stronger than she was, and she was seen play before anyway. So it's very interesting that we haven't seen much Finka play. So it's nice that Ruhr has brought her out here, and I hope that they can make her work in this last minute and a half.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if you remember, especially because this is not something that happens very often, but when people are Finka boosted, they take additional damage from smoke grenades. And usually this doesn't really affect it too much, but on a map like Bank, where the attackers are going to be going for the server kind of plant potentially, and eating 1 or 2 ticks of that smoke grenade, usually this is maybe 20 to 30 damage. But if you have an adrenaline surge from Finka, I think that can do upwards of like 80 to 90, maybe even 2-shotting you. So you have to be careful of when you pop these Finka boosts. What's cracked? These Finka boosts, as you know, you can see here, the Ihana drone just comes out, gonna be droning this place, and actually almost nobody is playing close. The nade comes out, not sure exactly why, as you can clearly see that from the Ihana drone that there was no one playing nearby, as Humai just catches that nade, and now the attackers, even though they are in a man deficit, they can still potentially do something here, but only 30 seconds left on the clock, though. They're gonna have to make the play soon. Another nade comes out, caught by another Humai disc. This Ash decides to drop into server, but nobody seems to be able to refrag her, as Mixq gets that kill, and the mirror window gets knifed actually, and that is another new mechanic we can see being in full force here, but Finesse gets another C4, and now it's all onto Risky and Mixq. Risky, he's been alive in server this entire time, watching his teammates die. Mixq on the Finka gets that first kill, and now it's all onto Risky. There's only 6 seconds left. He needs to find 3 kills. He finds 1. Can he go huge and find the other 2? There's only 2 seconds left. Doesn't seem possible. He gets 1, and unfortunately, the last player is hiding, and that is a GG 7-0 from Ignite Esports.
Yeah, 7-0 from Ignite, as they are able to take the full points on the day. And GG tripping, no bank anymore. Hopefully, yeah, that is rough times for Ruhr as they
wishing they just went Oregon now, didn't they?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
They probably do wish they just went coast or something. 7-4, 7-0 for Ignite though. They look clinical on bank outside of maybe the one round that they won off the retake, or not the retake, sorry, the post plant. Yeah. Other than that though, I mean, they looked really clean, really solid.
Yep. And King, like we said, King was really good on his entries. The droning work was on point. You know, they had info, they had the post plants unlocked, they had everything down. And this, unfortunately, we could not say the same about Ruhrsports. A bit messy, disorganized, going to sites twice. They had these kind of different kind of strats set up that were a bit different that we're not used to seeing. But ultimately, Ignite Esports just overcame them and didn't really affect them either by not pushing them or by just forcing them back and then using their utility. So regardless, a really good win for Ignite Esports as they finally get their first 3 points in the table in the league. And if we can't really see the graphic, but that leaves... Oh, Oh, we're gonna get the graphic. We're gonna get the graphic up in a second. I thought we wouldn't, but we might. So I'm just gonna ask if you're gonna have an interview. I'm not really sure here. We're working on it. We're working on it. So I'll keep a close eye on my other monitor to see if we do manage to get a interview. As let me just adjust my monitor screen here. Do not mind me. But yeah, I mean, it was a pretty solid performance to Ignite. I don't think there's much else to say about it, right, Cherish?
Yeah, I think Ignite showed. I think specifically between the matches today, or the match today, and their previous results, I think Ignite is showing that they're a very solid mid-table team. They can potentially take maps off of the top teams, like we said. They have played realistically before today. I think out of the teams with like 3 rounds, they played the most rounds out of anyone. 2 OT games, 2 7-5s. Like they are going the distance with these top teams, and I think they did well for that one. So we do have Mr. Finesse coming on in for our interview, and first of all, I would like to say congrats on your guys' win.
Thank you.
And it was a very clean one.
Yeah, it was very good. Very proud of the boys, and we did very well.
I mean, before we go into Bank, it's a 7-0, we can talk about in a second. We're just going to go back to Clubhouse. You're losing on a 2-4 split on defense. You're going to have the defensive advantage on Clubhouse, but you go out and win 5 rounds in a row, with the first of them being a 1-4 clutch, and then just good gunplay coming out on the side of your team. I mean, there seem to be some things that still need to be worked out, but your boys just seem to be, winning their ones and winning out the rounds.
Yeah, we're insane.
I mean, that's
so,
all I said,
Yeah. I mean, going a little deeper though, what is, like we said, that 2-4, were you comms or anything, were you guys worried or like what was going on really for you guys?
In what round or in what scenario?
But before
after the split,
2v4, yeah, you guys just started defense on Clubhouse.
Yeah, it was all calm. Like there wasn't a big problem or a big hectic. Boys they know what to do. They're good gamers, and they just finished it. They're just better.
Yeah. So you guys were. I take it then that you guys were still really hyped though off that the 1v4.
Yeah.
Oh, not really. Like it was a sick play. It was a sick play, to be honest. But after the round is over, basically.
I mean, I wish we could say the same for Ruhrsports, because after that round where he won before clutch, you did not drop a single round. You went 12 rounds in a row, winning back to back. Ruhrsports, they were trying and they did do things right, but ultimately, like I said, they were just losing their gunfights that mattered the most in those crucial 1v1s, post-plan, etc. I mean, do you think their mental was really ruined after that round? Is that why they couldn't do it, or do you just think that you just played really better and outgame them?
I don't care, to be honest. I know we played some like com-wise and stuff. We had a very good game on Bank, which I really enjoyed, and that's all I care about. I don't care about their mental or anything.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Yeah, moving over to Bank then. You guys 7-0'd, obviously. How are you feeling about the maps edition specifically? Is something I want to ask. Like, do you guys like that it's back in meta or back in the pool, or you just don't care? You're just gonna play whatever map you guys play.
Well, I don't like the map. I want maybe a rework of Consulate. That would be better. But as a team, we work quite well on Bank, and it's very good.
I mean, we could clearly see that. As
we can see that.
I mean, finally, I just want to ask about this Bank. It's that it was Ruhrsports' pick, right? It's not really a map that has been picked much in the gameplay that we've seen so far on Talent, or at least I've seen from all the matches that I've casted to watched. So, I mean, going into it, did you think that they picked Bank because they had some kind of certain they had a certain strat in mind, or they had a certain kind of mind process thinking? or were you just confident in Bank because you have it practiced? I mean, actually, I should ask you: did you even practice Bank that much? Like, is that why you let it through, or was it because it just happened, so you just let it go?
Yeah, we played it in ranked earlier.
Oh,
Oh,
good warm up.
No,
that is good warm up. So
of course we do all the maps, but I don't know about their game plan. I don't know. Like, I can't say anything to their game plan. All I know is that we did good today.
Yeah, I mean, 12 rounds in a row. I think that is a worthy accomplishment for any team in this
Was it 12?
division. Yeah, because you won 5 in a row and then 7. So you didn't drop a single round after the split on Clubhouse, which is very impressive. So yeah, I mean,
thank you.
I mean, congratulations, it was very good. So Cherish, do you have any other questions to ask?
I mean, going forward in the season, I know you're pretty confident in your team. Is there any team you're really looking forward to face more than anyone else, or are you just looking forward week by one week at a time? Sorry.
What?
Yeah, that was really confusing. Is there any team you're looking forward to play, or are you just going week by week?
No. I don't feel like there are any teams I really want to play. I don't think so there.
That's fair. Getting the job done every single week, day by day. That is fair enough. And also, I just want to ask as well, finally, you've had some roster changes coming into the season, from the academy to the main to some more changes. There's been a lot going on, but do you finally feel like you found the perfect click in this team? And do you think that you're going to do really well going forward now?
Yeah, it's good. I have to say I'm probably the biggest part, because I'm the funniest. Without me,
that is true. Good
they're
mental.
not laughing. Yeah, good mental for me. So I have to give myself some props. And no, but we finally found the perfect mixture. So it's very nice, very pleasant.
It's good to see, and we could see it here. Especially considering the last few weeks, we're really close to finally getting that result, just a few rounds short. It's really nice to see that today you came out here 12 in a row, like I said, 2-0 map win against Ruhrsports, who, if they'd won this game and the game in hand that they still have, they could have gone easily second place. I would not, and I think last season as well, they were doing pretty well, pushing that top 4. So I think it puts your team in a pretty good spot. It's a pretty good win. So yeah, once again, congratulations. And Cherish, again, let me just ask, any more questions?
Because, no, all good. Just congrats again.
All good. So yeah, like you said, congrats, Finesse. It's been a nice interview. Good luck in your next future games, and enjoy tonight.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
You too.
Bye-bye. And I think that just about wraps it up for today's Playday of Talent League. Cherish, there was a lot of good plays and a lot of bad plays today. Top 5 worst plays of the week and top 5 best plays of the week. I think there's going to be a separate series for both. And if you have anything to add, or should we just end it off here?
The only thing I have to add is shouting out Howling Media. And thank you guys for your continued support of Talent League. And other than that, though, I do not have anything to add.
All right, so it's a wrap, boys. Enjoy your night. It was a nice, fun, entertaining game to watch. So anyways, like always, you've been an amazing audience and Twitch chat. I've been your host and caster, Jaeger, followed by Cherish. Thank you for production. Thank you, Yelly. And yeah, good night. Stay hydrated. Bye-bye.